call this meeting of the County Commissioners to order. Please join us for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, everybody. We will begin today with the approval of the minutes of our March 7 meeting. Is there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve the minutes of the March 7 meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. Okay, first up from Community Corrections is Michelle Dudley with a 144 request.
I need to get approval to hire part-time John Gilly as a facility officer.
Has he worked for you before?
No.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve the 144 request to hire John Gilly as a part-time position at Community Corrections. Is there any further question? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. Take
Thank
care of
you.
that. You got anything else, Michelle?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, thank you. County Assessor Jeff Coleman has a 144 request also.
Came to us to hire another person for our reassessment clerk position as part-time, and her name is Olivia Rickman. And spelling on her last name is R-Y-C-K-M-A-N.
Say it was Olivia.
Olivia.
You said part-time reassessment clerk?
Reassessment clerk, yes, that's correct.
And this is a current position, right?
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we approve your 144 hire of Olivia Rickman for part-time reassessment clerk.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Tracy, second by Dale, to approve the hire of Olivia Rickman, part-time position in the County Assessor's Office. Any further question? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. Anything else, Jeff?
That's all we need.
Okay, well,
Thank you for your
very
time.
much. Okay, Emergency Management Director Wade Walling, is he still here? Wade, do you have anything today?
So I just have a couple things that I want to talk to you all about. On last Tuesday, March 14th, we conducted a tornado drill here at the courthouse in association with National Preparedness Week. That went extremely well. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. They all went to the basement in the hallway and kind of congregated there until all clear was given. So we're really happy with the results of that. We did exempt the courts because they were in session from doing that, so they stayed up there. But had it been a real emergency, they would have known what to do. On Friday, March 17th, we kicked off our EMA Advisory Council with an informal informational and educational briefing. I just kind of talked a little bit about why there's this committee and what their role is. There was no public actions or anything taken, and it was an informal, just kind of gathering. I hesitate to call it a meeting because it really wasn't a meeting. So, and then the EMA truck has had its graphics, radios, and lights installed. I'm waiting on the mobile radio to get programming, and I have a tech coming in from J&K Communications to do that here in the next week or so. So other than that, that truck should be set up and ready to respond to most any incidents. I do plan to reach out to the foundation to apply for a couple, at least their smaller grant for equipment for that. Things like a generator or other small hand tools that may be needed. And then this Friday, March 24th, the emergency sentry siren, which was donated by the Boy Scouts in Everton, they're going to be delivering that siren here to my office. I'm hoping that with your commissioner's approval, I can store that at the paint factory until we have the installation and any of the information we need to install it going. So I just don't have a better place to store it at the time. So, and then I'm currently working on a radio inventory for the state of Indiana, the Integrated Public Safety Commission. Once that inventory is complete, all of the non-working or damaged radios have to be destroyed. They're very specific about that because they don't want public safety radios falling into the hands of people outside of public safety and then possibly getting them to work and messing with the system. So once I have that inventory completed, I will have a list and I will make sure that they're destroyed in accordance with what IPSC would like in a manner they would prefer. And I'll keep you up on that information. And then my final thing I wanted to update you on is our county's multi-hazard mitigation plan. I sent you all three the actual full 158-page document. I'm going to pass out. Jeffrey, would you mind passing that around? This is a brief synopsis. It's still 3 pages long, but it kind of goes through high level and explains what our county's multi-hazard mitigation plan is. And that will take a resolution to adopt that as our county plan. After I've talked with the Polis Center and Scott Collins at the school corporation, FEMA can withhold federal funding for emergencies or any grants that we apply for if we do not adopt a multi-hazard mitigation plan. So we're kind of needing to get this done, at least have one resolution before April, I believe it was 18th, in order for FEMA to send us an approval letter. That way we're falling in line with their recommendations, their guidance and regulations. I won't go to the trouble of reading this out to you all. I'm quite sure you've been involved with it, you understand what's going on with that plan. And I did submit for reimbursement to the state for that this week.
And I'll admit, Wade, that I did not read all 158 pages of that. But I did notice that, if I remember right, you had listed the city of Connersville and the school corporation as non-participants.
So the school corporation participated. Darrell Drew was there for them. The participants were Fayette County, Glenwood, and the school corporation. The city of Connersville did not participate. When I talked to the Polis Center, Mary Ann Caldwell, she said that that they will not benefit any from not being a part of this. They're just not eligible now because they wouldn't participate.
So that will...
It could hinder their funding.
Okay, that's to their detriment.
Yes.
Okay. That will not affect us.
No, because we're doing what we're supposed to be doing with it.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Do you need that resolution then today?
I think we have a little bit of time. We just need it before April 18th, so I wanted to prepare you all for that and probably get it on the calendar for the next commissioners meeting.
And doesn't that have to be a public?
I assume it does, yes.
I don't... Are you talking about a public hearing?
Yeah, for the resolution, don't it have to have a 2-week, 10-day window or something? Am I thinking wrong?
That would be a question for legal, I assume.
Yeah, I don't think it requires that, I don't think.
So we just need a resolution to adopt it as our plan.
Okay.
So we can do that like the next meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, well, thanks, Wade. Highway Department, Jay Havlin, do you have anything today?
Good afternoon. We finished putting the cans in out on 300 South, which is ready to go whenever they get ready to pave it. We're going to move around and get some other areas and get cans. We've been trying to find any spots that need fixed, and we're going around trying to fix them right now. We'll have crews out cold patching them. Best we can do while the rain lets us. We'll get as much as we can. And what I talked to you about that water problem over on 200, I'll get a letter out, get a driveway, try to get a driveway can in over there.
Okay.
Maybe it'll stop some of the problems. It'll help, but I don't think it'll stop it.
When will you be getting oil?
It's gotta give us some dry days and warm days, because we can't put it on a cold road. We don't want to, because we want it to stick. So you can tell whether it's gonna work or not. If we got rain coming the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be probably at least a couple of weeks before we can get in.
Okay.
I can get it right now, but it's not doing us no good if it's gonna rain. I don't wanna leave it sitting in that tank up there or on the truck.
Yeah. Well, I hope that distributor truck is fixed now. So,
We gotta come up and we gotta go up and get the chip box up there at the park and bring it down, make sure everything's all right on it, that's set up there all winter. Make sure nothing's happened to it while it's sitting there.
right.
We'll get it looked at and get it all ready. First time it gives us about 3 good dry days, we'll order some oil and we'll be ready for it.
We'll be into the season before you know it.
I know, it's getting there quick. We've been out trying to brush cut what we can. I think we're pretty well caught up for right now.
Well, the new brush cutter will be here in, what, about 60 days?
1st of May is what they said,
Okay.
so that's probably less than 60 days.
Can't wait to see that.
That's all I have.
Anybody else got anything for Jay?
When are you got 4 people retiring? Or 3?
Well, there was gonna be 3, now there's only gonna be 2. One figured out he couldn't afford to go because he couldn't make enough, because he wasn't open enough yet.
So you have 2 retiring?
Yeah. One's already gone, and he's just taking his time, getting paid for it. And the other one won't be going until the first, well, he goes on vacation the 1st of May, and he'll retire at the end of May. So it'll be a little while yet.
Do you have a person in mind to replace?
I put the ads out for applications, and I can't find anybody with a Class A CDL that meets the requirements, so we'll just wait and see. We can keep trying looking, that's all we can do.
And did the mechanic who needed to get the CDL, has he gotten started on that?
He's working right now, because they can't get him into school right now, but he's gotta take off for 4 weeks when he gets it. So I'm trying to get him some comp time if I can, so it'll help pay for his time off while he's trying to get his CDL. Because he's the only one that works in the family, and it makes it rough, because you ain't got 4 checks for 4 weeks. Plus you gotta spend that $5,000 to get it. Not a good thing. This is kinda crazy the way they got it set up right now. What are you gonna do?
Well, they don't make it easy.
No?
Anything else? Thank you, Jay.
No problem.
IT Director Michael King.
Danny? Hey, how's it going?
I just have the 2 quotes from BIS Digital for the software certs for the quarters, circuit court and Superior Court. These go with the quotes that we have in the fall that you guys approved. They forgot to include the software certs and upgrades for the software to make it so that the Zoom hearing functions would work. So this is the additional part, when we get that approved, so that I can get that, so it's basically the 1,195 for each courtroom.
Okay, $11.95 for each courtroom.
Yeah, one for Superior, one for 1,195 for Circuit, 1,195 for Superior.
Is there any hope that this will fix their problems?
Well, this part, we're hoping is that it'll let them maybe be able to do some hearings directly from the courtroom over to the jail without necessarily having to transport people at times, or be able to do things to the OC without having to transport people, and have it being recorded directly into the system.
That come out of your budget?
It's going to have to. I mean, next year we'll put a little extra aside so that there's extra to account for the renewal part of it. But I'll just have to, I may end up having to transfer a little bit from one fund to another at the end of the year, depending on how things go. But
I'll move to approve the quote from GIS Digital.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to approve the two quotes from BIS Digital for courtroom recording equipment. The amount of $1,195 each. Any further questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. Anything else, Michael?
you can just get the scan of those later. We're supposed to install that on the 6th of April, so that's one of the things I was just trying to get it done before they show up. So
Okay.
we actually do have the equipment that was delivered a couple days ago, so hopefully everything should be ready for them to show up and install. So we'll see how things go.
Okay, thanks, Michael.
Yeah.
Okay, Sheriff Zach Jones. Sheriff, do you have anything today?
I don't have a lot. Just want to let you guys know that the construction at the jail is finally over with. I'd like to thank you guys and my staff for moving everything and getting everything ready, painting. I mean, we were all over there painting and moving stuff, and maintenance crew did an excellent job helping us out also. It looks really good. Wholesale Carpet did an excellent job. You guys are welcome to come over and check it out. But it looks good now. When it gets warmer, we're going to focus on the front of the jail because it's looking pretty rough also, so we'll try to get that cleaned up and make it look a little more presentable, I guess. So, and then also still working on contracts with our phone and food vendors. I think we got our phone vendor pretty much lined out, who we're wanting to go with. Right now, your guys' commission varies between $1,400 and $3,000 a month. Most of the time it's lower than 2,400. I think what we got lined out now is a guaranteed $2,500 to you guys. And then if there's any extra, which this company says they think they'll be able to produce extra because they're giving us a higher commission rate, hopefully we'll be able to make some more money for the commissioners in the county with their inmate phones. And then our food, if we go with the same food and commissary company, we're hoping to save about between 10 and 15 cents a meal. So that'll be considerable savings to the county when you're serving a couple 100,000 meals a year. So trying to get that lined out hopefully in the next couple weeks and come to you guys and we'll all have to agree on something. That's the plan at least.
Well, a 10 or 15 cent savings per meal, that
Yeah.
amounts to a lot. And
And we're looking at probably somewhere in the neighborhood of between $20,000 and $40,000 in savings. And the food company we have now, we're not excited about the way they staff it, the way they run it. So if we can switch it up and get somebody different and save money, that's the ultimate goal, I think.
Okay, is this their second or third year?
This is working on their second year. Joey signed it August of 2021. But they've done some things that we're not happy with, and there's an out in the contract, so, and Joey's the one that signed it, so we'll see how that works. But if we can get out of it and save money, that's the goal. And I've already talked to Tiger, is who it is now, and I've already talked to them and told them that we're not happy, we may be making a change. They've gave us a new proposal, but it's still not near as good as what some of these other companies are throwing at us.
Okay. Well, I hope you can work it out.
That's the plan. We're working on it. Constant communication with them right now, trying to figure it out. Any questions or anything?
I guess not.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
County Surveyor Bill Mackey. Bill, do you have anything
No, I
today?
don't have anything.
Okay. Veteran Service Officer Ron Stevens is here. Ron, do you have anything today?
A couple things. Good afternoon, everybody. Working the Veteran Affairs vans, still waiting to get those in to get them. We do have the 3 quotes for them, so I'm just waiting for them to push the button and say go get them fixed, so we can fix them and return them back to Indianapolis. Because we do have a vehicle locally that Sharon Cranfield was nice enough to allow us to utilize to take our veterans to and from. And then also I now have 4 volunteers that can drive. And then possibly 2 others once I hear back from the gentleman who stepped up to do it as well. So the volunteers have that's come through, and the resource to have a van locally that we can use is astronomically helpful for us. One of the things that I put out to a couple veterans who are artists is I want to get a mural painted on my door. A veteran themed mural that local artist, it'll be a local artist that's a veteran, their creative mind and their genius will have that door painted hopefully here in the next month or so, but I'll make sure that it's put out in the newspaper, local TV, and everything else. So it's kind of like, hey, I want to showcase some talents of some local veterans here, and I think doing that mural on that door will definitely bring a lot of esprit de corps and happiness and joy back into some of the veterans here in town when they visit. And that's all I got for now, if anybody's got anything for me.
Okay, you're talking about the door on your office.
On my office,
Okay.
yes sir, the outside of it.
Anybody got anything for Ron?
No?
Okay, well, thanks for the update,
Thank
Ron.
you.
County Attorney, Mr. Wesling, do you have anything to report today?
Not today, not yet. Well, it's under old business, but the contract, I guess, would be the only thing I would discuss, but. Nope.
Okay. I thought there was a council representative here earlier, but I guess not.
She's back here in the corner. She's on footing.
Okay. Vivian, do you have anything to report?
I'm nothing to report. However, I did talk to the folks at the lake up there off Bentonville Road. Do you have any reports on when that contract's gonna be, looked at, or for removing, taking the water out of the lake and doing they've had to do a sound depth thing, first. I don't know they don't know what's going on, and I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, our grant approval, or our grant application for the Laird grant was approved last week. And we're waiting on Jolisa Bates to get some necessary paperwork done before we can go through the process of awarding a contract with an engineering firm to do this year's work.
Okay.
So a more formal explanation of everything will be better prepared, hopefully by our next meeting.
Okay.
So things are progressing.
I told them it's gonna take a while,
Yeah.
But it's Manlove Park, I remember. But, the lake is filling in with sediment, and people don't know, and we discussed this last year.
Yeah.
And right now, we need to have depth sounding equipment put into the lake to determine how much the lake has been lost, and then cost of remediation. So that was, they want to know what the progress was, so I thought I'd ask them. Okay.
Well, I'll have to give Dave a call and let him know where things stand today.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, thank you.
Okay. Does anyone have anything under mail? Okay. Under old business, we have the issue of the 2023 cemetery mowing contract. I forwarded you to the recommendation from the cemetery commission, if you saw that. Do you want to take action on that today?
Probably need to. They're gonna have to start moving.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Yeah, I'll make a motion. We approve J. McAtee, is that the mowing company, to mow our, from the recommendation of the cemetery commission. It's 16 of our cemeteries for $22,000 a year.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Tracy, seconded by Dale to award the 2023 cemetery mowing contract to J. McAtee for a sum total of $22,000 on the recommendation of the Fayette County Cemetery Commission. Is there any further question or comment? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, James. Okay, under new business, is there anyone here from Frontier Communications? Okay. Ma'am, would you like to explain to us what you need on this permission to bore under roadways?
Frontier is doing fiber to home in Connersville, and Big Four Railroad has denied Frontier to bore under their tracks because they're saying that it's their right of way, it's not the county's right of way, unless we can provide proof that it is county right of way. Otherwise, we're asking the county to let us go outside the railroad right of way and bore underneath the road till we get past the railroad right of way, and then we come back into the county right of way.
Okay, could you provide some locations?
Yeah, the first location is County Road 300 North and Western Avenue, State Road 1. Going under those two tracks there on 300 North.
Okay.
And the second location is out on Airport Drive by Industrial Avenue.
Okay.
And those are the only two.
Those are the
for
only
big-
two?
Big Four Railroad, yeah.
Yeah, that used to be the Big Four many, many years ago.
Oh, well, they're still denying us. They're saying they used to be the CNC Railroad.
Okay, that line is owned by Pete Bell now.
It's what?
That is owned by Pete Bell. Is Mr. Bell, who you've been in communication with on it?
That I don't know.
Okay. Bill Mackey, do you know anything about this?
Not really. I mean, what you're trying to do is gonna stay in the county's pavement, or?
Yeah, go underneath the pavement until we get past the railroad right away, and then we would come
Yeah,
back.
Yeah, that's that's probably all you're gonna go through, is what the county has, is where the pavement is. Because we won't have a true right of way in there. So they would have to stay in the pavement in order to bore under the tracks. And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna go
Then
back
we'll-
off the pavement once you get west of the tracks?
Yeah, yeah. And we have to be 15 feet deep under the tracks. So it'll be a pretty deep bore under your pavement.
A communication cable, they want
Yeah,
15 feet.
fiber optic cable, yeah.
But 15 feet deep seems pretty deep.
That's what the railroad requires.
Oh,
But once we get under the railroad, we'll come back up. It's just under the tracks, all railroads
Got
require
that
50
diagram.
foot depth.
Yeah, that would have to be, this would be the, back there to the airport. Be Route 1, be out here somewhere.
City right
So which direction are they going with their?
Same on 30th Street, it goes all city.
Ma'am, we're just looking at these diagrams that was received at the airport, on Airport Drive. Which direction are you going? East, is it an east and west thing, or where are you trying to get to when you get there?
Well, I'm not really sure, because I didn't bring all the plans. You know, John?
That I'm not aware of. That was one case.
I'm gonna say we're coming from the west, and then we're gonna come up north where that handhole is, at the corner of Industrial and Airport. And then we'll go east under the railroad, and I don't know what's southeast of there.
The reason I'm asking, once you get to the railroad, once you get east of the railroad, the county does not own that. That's city-owned,
City?
yeah, city-owned airport property there.
Okay.
So we have no jurisdiction over that.
We don't have anything on 300 North.
But do you have it like under
The
the
city
railroad?
owns 600 feet from Western Avenue, west on 300. That's all, that's city, that's city.
That's right. 'Cause the city limit is on west of the two crossings there.
It's 600 feet from Western,
Yeah.
west. So they need to talk to the city about getting that permission to go into the road.
All right, so we'd have to go through Westler Engineering then for this.
Yeah, if those are the only two that's holding up your, your work, the Connersville City Board of Works would be the appropriate authority to help you on this, because,
On both of them?
yeah, they are city, that's within the corporate limits of the city. They're not out in the county. I know the one up on 300 seems like it should be, but it's within the city limits.
Oh, okay. Now, all of our city permits go through Westler Engineering, Mary Atkins, and then she sends them to somebody with the city once she approves them. And then they approve it, so.
Well, if you followed that same, I would think if you followed that same routine with this request, it ought to happen
Okay.
in a normal fashion. I mean, Mr. Wesling here is also the city's attorney. Jeff, do you have any advice for her on this?
I think to proceed the way she was going to, and I think you can probably get on the agenda first week of April maybe, or the first first Monday of April.
Of April? Okay. And that was for the Board of Works?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, thank you.
Well, I'm sorry you sat through all this trouble just
That's
to
all
find that
right.
out.
Got me out of the office.
Our solar folks are here. Do you have anything for us, either one of you?
Nothing formal, though.
Okay. Also, under new business, we have to consider a proposed letter of remonstrance that we have all seen that involves a dispute between the city, the county, the school board, and the library board over a TIF district. We have a letter to city officials prepared on this, and the representatives of the school corporation have signed, representatives of the library have signed, and what's left is for the proper representatives of the commissioners and county council sign. So that won't be signed without the proper instruction and permission of each group. So would you want to consider that today?
I'll move that we sign a letter for remonstrance.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to today sign a letter of remonstrance directed to the city. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. 3 ayes, Jane. Does anyone have anything under patron concerns? Leroy?
I just come down and get away from the TV.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you anyhow. Okay.
This is more entertaining.
Well, is there, I was going to ask if there was anything we was forgetting. I did forward you two yesterday a communication from Gordian, if you've seen that. And we need to agree on a time to meet with them. We don't have to do that right this minute, but before we leave the building today, I'd like to be able to notify them that we've agreed on a meeting date. And this has to do with the air handling system over at the jail. So after the meeting, let's get our calendars out and agree on a time to meet with them, if you can.
Jeff need to be in that meeting.
I don't think so. This would just be a preliminary discussion between us, Gordian, and North Mechanical, and try to map out some direction to go on that project. Jeff has reviewed the Gordian, or the JOC program.
Right.
And he says there's no problem with that.
Right.
Okay? Is there anything else? And all that leaves is claims and payroll.
Move to approve claims and payroll.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to approve claims and payroll. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Jane, do you know where Michael King?
I think they accepted by.
Okay.
And there's 2 copies, so you'd want to sign both of them.
That completes our agenda for today.
Move to adjourn.
We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 We'll adjourn. Thank you all very much.